Welcome to the Magical Traveling Moms podcast, where your hosts, Tina and Colleen, talk about all things travel. From theme parks to cruises to all-inclusive resorts and more, they cover news, tricks, and insider tips to inspire your travel dreams. They love to travel and want you to love it too. Find out their best-kept secrets and learn how to make your next vacation extra magical, right here on the Magical Traveling Moms podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Magical Traveling Moms podcast. My name is Tina and I am here with my beautiful and fabulous and quite springy Miss co-host Colleen today. And today we also have a wonderful special guest who is no stranger to our podcast. Miss Judi. She is a travel agent with Mystical Dream Travel, and we'll be chatting about her recent trip to Mexico. But before we get started, let us take a moment to thank the wonderful sponsors of our show, Mystical Dream Travel. Mystical Dream Travel is a full-service travel agency specializing in Disney destinations, as well as Mexico, Caribbean, and the cruise. So if you're ready to plan your vacation, be sure to look up Mystical Dream Travel at mysticaldreamtravel.com or check them out on social media for all the latest travel trends. So hello, everybody. How are you?
Hey, Tina. We're good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing fabulous. We're still chilly and you're nice and springy.
It is chilly here today. I'm willing the warmth to come back. We had a teaser of like 70-degree weather for like a few days, and then it went back down. So I'm like, no, we need the warmth again.
Yes, we had a teaser too of like 50, 60 degrees. I think one day, Judi, right, it almost hit 70. And then we got hit with 6 inches of snow like a couple days later.
Yeah, just this past weekend. So that was fun.
Yeah, Pittsburgh weather.
It makes it a perfect time to talk about Mexico, right?
Exactly,
Yes.
Exactly. So as we said, we have Miss Judi on our podcast today. She has been here on our podcast in the past, and she is sharing all the things about her recent trip to Mexico, which we are so excited. So let's talk about that. So first off, Judi, you saw a number of resorts on your trip. How many in total did you see?
In total, in 5 days, we toured 11 resorts, but that also counts Dreams Jade, which was our host resort.
That's a lot. You guys were busy.
Oh, we started early and we finished late, but it was well worth it.
Nice. Well, we can't talk about all 11 on one podcast, so we are going to talk about 2 different ones today. And you picked them, so you said they were your favorites. So we're going to talk about Breathless Cancun Soul and Dreams Adventura. Is that correct?
Yes,
Did I pronounce it right?
Ooh.
Yes, Aventuras is how they say it.
Oh,
Aventuras of Sierra Maya.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
I am very excited. Well, let's start with the Breathless one first. So I want to know why you loved it so much. Like, what did you love about it the most that made it one of your favorites?
Okay, it's very unique because it is situated between a lagoon and the ocean. So the majority of your rooms are all water view, whether you're looking at the ocean or at the lagoon.
That's cool.
It's very cool. It has 2 towers. One of them is very low-key and relaxing. So if that's the kind of trip you're looking for, it's perfect. The other one is closer to the entertainment, a little more lively. So if you're looking for that, there's a tower just for you, but it's kind of a neat mix. So if you have a day where, I just don't feel like, all the activities and dancing, and I can go to the relaxing side. And they have 3 different levels of rooms. They have, I wrote it down, Allure, Accelerate, and Excel. Excel is your top of the line, and if you stay Excel Club level, there is this rooftop pool. I have pictures of it. I have videos. I look at it like every other day as I'm like, I am going back there. because I want to hang out at that pool. The view from it was stunning. I mean, it was very quiet. It was very relaxing, and the pool is beautiful. The view of the ocean is amazing. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous resort. So that's just part of the reason why.
So I have not figured out what is the difference between accelerate and exhale. Like what do you get with exhale that you don't get with accelerate?
Accelerate and allure are almost the same because there's the 3 levels. And the only difference between the 2 of them is pretty much where you are in the resort.
Okay.
But when you go to your Excel Club, that is exclusive access to the one rooftop pool. There's a bar up there. That is your preferred check-in. That is, if you go to the Excel Club bars, that's your higher end liqueurs. A little more catering to you.
Yeah. Okay. And you get like a butler with exhale, right?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh. Okay, so it's definitely worth going exhale if you're going to stay here, because not only you get all that, but you also get to do this rooftop pool.
This rooftop pool, I mean, I look at it, like I said, every other day I watch my video.
I love it.
I went in February, so there was, again, snow and ice back here, and we were there. It was in the 70s and 80s every day, sunshine. So it's perfect weather. Wasn't too hot. We did have one day it rained. It kind of like Florida. It rained for 10 minutes and then it stopped. It wasn't enough to ruin anybody's plans.
We need to go to the XL Club, Colleen, with a couple cocktails so we can sit at that rooftop pool.
I'm down. I've actually looked at this resort a few times and was interested in it and thinking I needed to check it out. So
it's very brightly decorated. It's very modern. In some places they have, I don't even know how to describe it, like a glass box. And it looks like a magazine cover, and you go and pose and get your picture taken. It looks like you're on the cover of a magazine. We had the lady that was our escort was Andy, and we have pictures of her posing in the magazine cover. So
fun. So is Breathless Cancun Sol, is it in the hotel district?
It is in the hotel.
So what's the beach like in the hotel? Like, since it's in the hotel district, is it like resorts like are really close by, so they just all share one big beach? Or like how big is the beach at this resort?
It was good enough for everybody that was there to have space. There is a public beach right next door. Okay. So I don't know. And I'll be honest, I don't know if they had a way to keep, if people from the public were coming over to go in your sand area for the resort. It didn't seem like bad waves or anything. It was the white sand. It was beautiful.
Nice, soft, white sand. That's all you need, right? And the view.
Not fluffy, snow, cold.
Yeah.
And did they have pools down there too, like for the regular folks who didn't go exhale?
Yes, it has 3 swimming pools.
Ooh.
It has the rooftop one, and it has the 2 in the other area. And again, one, as we walked around, we did, of course, fitting 11 resorts, and we went very quickly through them. But the one seemed more active, which again fits your more active lifestyle. The one seemed quieter.
That sounds right. Yeah.
And it has a 2-story spa, which was very unique.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
there you go, Tina. You have to check out the 2-story.
I know. I'm the spa girl there.
And if you have a golfer in your group, they have complimentary greens fees at the Playa Mujeres golf course.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a nice golf course too. I've ridden a bike by that golf course before.
Did you?
I did, yeah, because there's the Secrets Playa Mujeres is right there, and they do these bike tours every morning. And we rode our bikes by the golf course, and I thought, oh, I don't golf, but maybe I should take it up. I don't know.
I was going to ask if you golfed. I don't golf either.
I've never gone, but it just it looks like it would be a very peaceful time. So maybe I'll have to try.
I did years ago, and I wasn't very good, so I kind of gave up on that. Going to Breathless Cancun, so I could try it out again.
Did they have a theater there so that they had like shows in the evening?
Yes, they do.
Nice.
How is that? So let's switch a little bit of gears. So well, let's stay with activities. So what other activities? I'm assuming they have pool activities.
They have pool activities. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
They have snorkeling, again, the spa.
Is the snorkeling included?
Snorkeling is included.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a good deal because you don't see that too often in an AM.
They offer Spanish classes.
Ooh.
So you
nice.
can learn Spanish. I myself have been working on my Duolingo, so I'm hoping to go back, and I'm a little better versed, I guess. They have water aerobics, ping pong, yoga, Zumba classes.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Cooking classes, Colleen.
Ooh.
Tequila tasting,
Nice.
massage lessons, bocce, horseshoes. So they have all kinds of stuff.
Wow, a lot of stuff.
In their water sports, they have snorkeling lessons, sailing lessons, windsurf lessons. Now, I don't think any of those are up charges, but again, I'm not 100%.
That's cool. They have all of that to do there because that's fun.
Yeah.
Paddleboards, kayaking. I know those are included. Fishing, which is an additional fee. I know that for sure.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh. So you probably didn't get a chance to eat anything while you were there though, because with the tours, I know it's hard, but did you get to go to and like look at any of the restaurants though?
We did. And they have 10 restaurants.
Oh, wow.
And 10 bars and lounges.
Wow.
Wow. That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a nice size resort, very well laid out. What I like about the resorts in the AMR collection, they're all individually owned. So they all have the same type of restaurant, but every resort that you go to, say you went to Breathless Cancun, so when you went to another Breathless, you're going to have your teppanyaki, your Mexican, your French restaurant, but each one, because they're individually owned, has its own flair, own different taste.
Right.
So it makes it nice. And they're all decorated just a little bit different. You feel like you're in a Mexican restaurant, but the one here is different than the Breathless McHugh, which isn't yet open, but will be soon. So
Yes.
That is good. That is good.
Nice. Well, any last tips for Breathless Cancun Soul before we move on to the next resort?
Well, I suggest if you are going there, do the XL level just for that extra catering to you, the access to the pool. It's just, if you're going, treat yourself. Go that extra little,
treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Do that extra. I mean, I would hope that once you go, you'd want to go back, because I know I do every time. I've been to Cancun 3 times now, and every time I go, I'm like, oh, when can I get back there? And I just think, celebrate. Their thing is now is celebrate every moment. Well, you're going, you're celebrating you deserve this vacation. Do that XL Club level. I'm telling you, it would be worth it.
I agree.
It would be well worth it.
Worth the upgrade.
I'm sold. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's go. I say girls trip.
That's right. I'm with it. I'm up. Live your best life, people. Live your best life.
Exactly.
All right. So let's switch gears, and we're going to switch to the family side.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about Dreams Adventuras, which Judi pronounces way better than I do. And so we're going to dive in. So this is a family resort. It is a family resort. And I really, some of the pictures that I saw, and we talked about, there's a lot of cool things to do at this resort. One of the neatest things, but I love dolphins. And this resort is located right next to, they call it a Dreams Dolphinarium. Ooh. And there's dolphins, there's manatees. You can interact with the dolphins. They have different packages. Now, it is an upcharge to do this. You can kayak with them.
but you can get rooms on the resort that are marina view.
Oh, nice.
So when you're in these rooms, you can actually watch the dolphins and watch the manatees. And I just think that's neat because you do have your ocean view, your ocean front. But marina, I'd be really torn if I had to pick. And maybe I'd have to do a split stay 3 days on one side. I don't know. But it was just a really neat location. Recently remodeled. And they have your regular rooms and then Preferred Club. Preferred Club does not come with a butler, but you do have private check-in, a private club with top shelf liqueurs. When you go in the Preferred Club, there's always I'm going to call them finger foods because it's not a full meal. But if you just need that snack halfway through the day, we would
small
go.
plates.
Right. And they would have fruit and they would have finger sandwiches and different breads and things, pastries. It's not quite XL level pampering, but it's still pampering and it's still worth it. The rooms are very nice. All the rooms are nice. I'm not going to say they're not. But again,
those were renovated, right? Where the rooms were all renovated?
Recently renovated. It's beautiful. The room, we did a master suite tour in there and it was marina view. So that's why I was like, oh man, I'd be really torn staying there. Very nice for family. They have Dreams. Well, all the AMR family resorts have clubs for the kids. So they have
we lost you. Yep. So just a quick second to stop, Judi. Anytime you move to the side, we lose your voice.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So yeah, just you might want to put your paper in front of you if you're looking at notes. So
yeah, I have things I highlighted because there was so much to talk about with these. I wanted to make sure.
No, that's okay.
But there is an Explorers Club, which is for ages 3 to 12. And then you have your core zone for teens ages 13 to 17. Oh. So you take your kids, drop them off. They have all kinds of activities for the 3 to 12, arts and crafts, a private spray park that's just part of the Explorers Club.
Oh, cool.
Sand castle building contest.
Nice.
Ooh.
A Mayan rock climbing wall.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
They do seasonal projects, and one of them, and I'm not sure all the details, but Dreaming of Freedom Turtle Project, which I think would be neat because I love sea life. Again, dolphins and anything. Explorers Club, they even do cooking lessons.
Oh, fun.
With one of the executive chefs. So that's really neat. And they'll do dinner for them. So if you want to have a private dinner with just your husband or your wife and go, the kids can have a dinner, you can have your private dinner, and then you get them back and spend the evening. For the teens, they do board games, video games, a pool. They have a pool access. They have pool and foosball tables and socializing areas.
I love that they have a teen club because, I feel like there's a lot of family-friendly resorts that do the kids club, but they max out at like age 12, and then they don't really have anything for teens. I love that the Dreams resorts still have something special for the teens to do and like meet each other and like make friends and like have a place to go and hang out. That's just for them. Like that's really awesome.
No, I agree.
It would be nice for somebody like I have one child. I mean, she's older now, but this would have been great if we would have gone with her and she could have made friends and had somebody to hang out with if we didn't take a friend with us to the resort.
Right.
So
what are the pools like at Dreams Aventuras?
They have, I have so many notes. And here's a little side note many people don't know. The resorts, Dream Resort and the Breathless Cancun, you can take small dogs. 2 pounds. You can actually take your dog.
Oh, we lost your audio there for a second.
Oh, sorry, but you can take small dogs.
Oh, really?
Pounds, yeah.
Wow.
That's interesting. I wonder how that works with flying, though. Like, because when you take dogs international, don't they have to quarantine or something? I don't know.
I think there's certain shots they have to get.
Yeah.
To do that.
Huh. That is interesting.
But you were asked about pools.
Yeah.
They have 2 pools and 2 hot tubs.
Ooh.
They have a main pool with a kids pool that's located in the area of the main pool. And there is an adult-only pool.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And there is a manatee swim-up bar right next to the adult pool.
Of course.
Oh, fun.
That's awesome. And then they obviously have a beach, too. So I'm assuming there's like a beach with like a swimming area that's separated from the dolphinarium.
And yes, and I have to tell you about their beach. When they remodeled this resort, they built a seawall around their beach.
Oh.
So there's no waves. Unless it's very windy, you're going to get some waves. But it blocks everything from coming. It's beautiful. There were people kayaking in it. There were people swimming in it. So it makes it nice because you don't have the waves, and they can kind of control with the seawall. You don't have to worry about more sea life or anything.
Right.
True.
And a fun fact about their swimming pools is they keep their swimming pools at 82 degrees.
Oh, they're heated?
So yeah, all their swimming pools are heated.
That's interesting.
Huh. It's like hard to think of like, oh, in Mexico you would need a heated pool, but I'm sure it gets chilly there in the winter too.
And if you're like me, you don't like cold water, you're good going.
Yeah. Oh,
so
nice.
Swimming pools back here in Pennsylvania takes me a half hour to get in because I start with my toes and you got to work up. So there I did, and I just went right in.
I feel that. I feel that.
But they have 8 restaurants.
Okay.
Ooh.
And 4 bars. So that's a nice feature. The rooms, you can get connecting rooms if you have families traveling together. It's upon request, but I think you can make a phone call and talk to them if you know you have families traveling together and really ask for it. So you
need to have it. Yeah.
Nice. How is the entertainment there? I'm sure it's like very family friendly, but I'm assuming they have shows and.
They do. They have a theater. They have in all the resorts. They had one area where they had a sign. It was a big sign, and every day it would show you what activities and what time, so you could walk up there, take a picture on your phone. But you can also load the AMR collection app on your phone when you're going and pick your resort, and it features all the activities and the restaurants and what time they open. The Dreams resorts usually have at least one restaurant that is adult only. It's the French restaurant, and that's for ages 18 and up. But if you want to go there as adults, that's a good night for your kids to have dinner in their own club, the Explorers Club.
Yeah.
And you can go and enjoy a dinner in the French restaurant.
That is definitely a big plus for going on vacation with your kids, to have that option, that it's included, the kids club is an extra. It's not like you have to pay for a babysitter. You just drop them off. They have a fun time. You go get to have some adult only time.
Right. And and everything's included in these resorts. Your soft drinks, your Cocoa Cafe, which I refer, not that I'm a Starbucks fan, but I refer that to your Starbucks. It's your coffees. Right. And when you go in there, they have pastries that you can get and fruit. At Dreams Jade, they even had soft pretzels. Some of them will have ice cream.
I was going to ask, did Dreams Aventuras have the ice cream, or is it just the pastries and stuff? Did you see
I didn't stay there, and we didn't really get to peek inside of their Cocoa Cafe. But I'm pretty sure they all had the ice cream.
I feel like more of them, especially when they've renovated them, they've been like making sure to put that ice cream. Right. Which, I mean, really, like, who doesn't want ice cream?
Yes, it's very popular.
Cream. That was a popular spot for me to stop at. So.
Oh yeah. So I guess my question for you then, so you saw other Dreams resorts as well.
I did.
What makes this one stand out? Of course, the dolphin swim, I think, is probably the biggest standout on this one.
The dolphins, I liked the seawall protecting the beach, so it would be low waves. I liked the layout of the resort and the fact that some of the resorts will have tropical view, which would be a view of the jungle, or the ocean view, where this one has the marina view and the ocean view. So you're pretty much going to get a water view no matter where you stay. I liked the layout of the resort. It was very convenient for families. Well, they all have the clubs for the kids. And the fact that sometimes it's nice for mom and dad just to have a dinner on their own or some alone time, and the fact that you could have your kids have dinner in the club and you could have, your own private dinner, because parents deserve that.
Yes, they do.
The way things are now, you deserve that. And again, celebrate your family, celebrate your relationship. Try it out. Try Cancun. It's beautiful. And they're all very secure. You go through gates to get into the resort, which is very nice. They're all beautifully decorated. And again, each one is different, even though you have Dreams Jade, Dreams Natura, Dreams Aventuras. They all have their own flair to them, their own flavor. Yeah. And you might look at a suite in one resort and a suite in the other. And they're not, what I like is they're not, when I was a kid, you went to Holiday Inn. All the Holiday Inns were the same.
Yes.
Right. These are so nice because they're privately owned. So each one has its own style for the rooms and colors in the resorts. And it's beautiful.
Yep. And the staff, how was the staff? Because the staff is always amazing at AM Resort, AMR, what's their name, AMR Collection. They were amazing. So how was the staff? I mean, I'm sure they were wonderful. Happy to see everyone traveling.
Every resort we walked into, and even people that came in that were guests on the resorts, they get greeted. They say, welcome home. So they make it feel like you're coming home. I stayed at Dreams Jade, and halfway through the week, my wait staff, because I would go to the Carnival International Breakfast Buffet every morning. I travel with a food allergy, and it's a pretty severe one. They would say, oh, no, don't go to the buffet. We'll bring food to you. And the chef would come over and bring food to me. And they made me cry on my last day. Aww. I went for breakfast, and he said, save room for dessert. So I did. And he brought me cheesecake, and it was decorated all fancy. And in chocolate syrup, they wrote, have a safe trip.
Aww.
And I said, you're making me not want to go home. Of course, I was going home to snow, so that, so that was part of it. But my wait staff was Ed, Edgardo, Eduardo, and Edwin. And I would tease them. I said, so if I, need somebody, I just call Ed. Somebody's going to answer. And they laughed. And they were they knew me by name.
Oh, wow.
Somebody in our group actually compared it to cruising, but they called this land cruising.
Yes.
Right.
So you're on the resort, you go to the restaurants, you can have the same staff for breakfast every day, different restaurants to change between, but no up charges, or to try the teppanyaki tables or the Mexican or the French restaurant. Your liqueurs are all included. And there are excursions when you stay on the properties. You can do excursions to some of the Mayan ruins. You can go to, I think there was one called Excare, which was a show, but trying to think of what the sinkholes are.
Cenotes.
The cenotes. And one of them you can go, and you can actually go to a cenote and swim through it. And they all have spas, but each one has different decorations, different decor in the spas. They're all beautiful and relaxing. Some of them we didn't get to go to because of there would be groups in them. But they're beautiful. But they take great pride in their product. They take great pride in their jobs. And it's just well worth trying. Try an all-inclusive resort. Try Cancun.
Try a few.
I have a question though, because we didn't talk about Aventura. Does it have a spa?
It does have a spa.
It's very important to know this before Tina.
Yeah, before I go, I have to have
I did not get to see theirs.
Okay.
But, and I would even suggest, if you want a destination wedding, Dreams of Aventuras had this beautiful gazebo over the water, and I took pictures of it, and I thought, oh, I could just see a bride walking down there. So you could have grandma and grandpa, you could have aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody. It's a family resort. Everybody could go and be there for the wedding. It's a perfect, and the area around it, the environment was just beautiful.
Sounds amazing. So I have to ask, so spa-wise, out of all the resorts you toured, what spa was your favorite?
Oh, Dreams Naturas.
Oh, yeah. I know.
It's just... So I could get lost in there and just spend hours in there.
I was hoping you would say that, because that's like my fave. That's my fave.
It's designed after a cenote. It's so relaxing, and the music that they play. I had the opportunity of staying at Dream Natura last year, twice, and the staff, they remembered me. The sales manager and some of the staff, because we had taken, actually last year in July, we took a group there, and they remembered our group. They remembered.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, it was very, and Roberta was even, how is Tina?
Oh, that's awesome.
It really was like coming home. And the details that they do, and at night, I stayed at Dreams Jade on this last trip. They would turn down the bed at night and leave me little chocolates. Have the remote all set up for me. Yep. It's so nice. And one night I couldn't get in my room. So I went down to Preferred Club. They sent someone up, and all it was they needed to change the batteries and the card reader on the door. But they were so, come back down here while you're waiting and relax in the Preferred Club. Here's a drink. Here's a snack. Well, I'm going to turn those down. And they apologized left and right. And I said, oh my goodness, it's batteries. It's nothing. But they cater to you. This is their livelihood. And your tips are included when you do these all-inclusive. But I do, if somebody goes above and beyond, I do tip additional.
Yeah, absolutely. 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 Well, it's definitely, they spoil you. That's for sure. When you go on vacation, you come home and you're like, where's my chocolate? Where's my
It is kind of a bit of a shock when you get home from these resorts and you're like, wait, I have to cook my own dinner?
And there's nobody turning down my blankets on my bed and leave a little
chocolate on my pillow?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get to have my coffee on the balcony while I look at the ocean in the distance. Like, come on.
And they do everything in your mini fridge is included.
Yes.
At Dreams level, they replace it once a day. I think, if I'm not mistaken, at Breathless, it's twice a day.
Oh, really?
They'll come in and refresh your mini bar. But they put beer in there. You get little bottles of spirits.
Yeah. Juices. M&Ms. I know. I was like, they really love their Pringles and their M&Ms.
I know. That's what I was going to say. Yes.
That's what you get is Pringles and M&Ms.
Yes, M&Ms. So.
I even called the one day and I asked for more M&Ms and they laughed. They brought me 3 more bags.
Yeah. Nice.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
It was a test. I thought if I ask, see what they do. So
you never know. As I always tell my daughter, the answer is always no until you ask.
Until you ask.
Exactly.
Until you ask.
It's true.
So we get parenting advice too.
I feel like very rarely is the answer ever no at these resorts, though. You know, like when you ask for things, they're always so accommodating.
They are all the time. Always.
They are. And my funny story was I had my transfer back to the airport and I packed my suitcase. I had it packed early. So I'm going to call them and I'll send it down. Well, I couldn't find the TV remote when I went to leave. So I was in a panic. So I called and I said, I really hate to ask, but can you bring my suitcase back up? Because I might have packed the remote in the suitcase. Sure enough, 5 minutes, my suitcase is back up there. I went through it. It wasn't, the blankets were so thick and so nice in the room. The remote was, the blankets had folded over the remote, but even when I patted down the bed, I couldn't feel the remote.
Oh, that's so funny.
So the remote was still in the room. It wasn't in my suit. And then I had to call him and say, can you, okay, I'm done with my suitcase. You can come back and get it. And he smiled the whole time. He might have told stories about me afterwards. Very kind, very gracious. And I gave him an extra tip for that one, just because of my own stupidity. And the remote was in the room. It was just rolled up in the blanket.
Oh, nice.
So funny.
Very nice. Well, thanks, Judi, so much for joining and sharing your trip. We'll have to have you back on to share the other ones, the other destinations for sure, because I know you saw some pretty good ones. So, so thank you so much. If you want to learn more about AMR collection, be sure to reach out to Judi over at Mystical Dream Travel, and she can certainly share all the things and share all the resorts with you that she toured recently. So be sure to make sure you subscribe to Magical Traveling Moms podcast wherever you listen, and hit that notification button so you know when our next podcast is available. So until next time, may all of your vacations be extra magical.